Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Donuts with the Dompierre. Wait, Donuts with the Dompierre?
Well, welcome to the Donuts with the Dompierre. Guys, this is going to take a little while. I'm sorry.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Donuts with the Dompierre's video. I'm your host, Nick Dompierre, with co-host Laura Dompierre.
That was perfect.
I tried to be a pro, but this is our first podcast, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, because we love food, we love donuts, and every time we have donuts together, we're always just kind of talking, shooting the stuff, just talking about whatever, and then I was gonna say the but want to keep this PG rated. But anyway, I don't know, you guys seem to really enjoy it, and we love it. Well, she loves to talk, so I'll be eating while she speaks.
No, I promised myself I'm gonna let him talk. But how this is gonna work is that we're gonna be eating donuts and we're going to talk about some topic. Dun 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 dun. We're gonna be showing you, of course, the donuts that we're eating, because what is this if we don't show you what we're eating? And at the same time, we're gonna be talking about a topic. Okay, today for our first topic, we decided to talk about how we met. Because I know I think we've talked about it.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna be chewing while she's speaking, because I can't just sit here and smell this while she's speaking. So I don't want to be
Wait.
I don't want to be polite.
I don't want to be polite. Exactly. Listen,
I don't want to be rude, so I'm gonna take a bite.
They need to understand what we're gonna do. I'm explaining them, and then we can start. Whatever. You guys understand. We're just gonna start talking about how we met. And as always, what do you think I have first as a donut? Glazed. Let's go.
I was patiently waiting, and you just going for the kill.
What do you mean? Patiently waiting?
I was waiting for the approval, and then you're just like, oh, I want a donut.
I said, whatever, you guys understand, go for it.
Bro. You guys know.
This is
legendary cronut. Absolutely amazing. So the first time I had this cronut was in 2018. And my mind was blown.
So what do we met? Go for it. I don't know how we're gonna do this, because this is so good.
When you take a bite, I have to speak, and then when I take a bite, you have to speak, so we can kind of.
No, you have to, because what if you haven't finished your idea?
But I'm just kind of saying,
What?
Okay, so how did we meet? I was randomly scrolling on TikTok one day, and this was I was still fairly new to CrossFit, so I was all about CrossFit. When I get into something, I go fully all in and just obsessed about it. And yeah, CrossFit was my thing at that time. So watching a lot of Rich Froning videos, all that type of stuff, and whatever. I was scrolling on TikTok, and so this video came up, and it was Lauda, it was Grid League, which I don't even know what Grid League was. That was the first time I ever seen a video of Grid League, but it's basically a competition. And she was she ran and did a squat snatch, stood up, threw it behind her back, and then ran and to a finish line, and she was giving everybody high fives after that. I was who is that? What the hell? And then I looked her up on Instagram and followed her, whatever, and then just saw some of her content and saw the stuff she posts, and I was damn, she's beautiful. I was I really want to meet her. And this is when I was training with my buddy Mike all the time, and I was telling him about her. I was bro, this girl is freaking amazing. She does CrossFit and stuff. I'd love to meet her. And then we talked about her for a little bit. He's yeah, I'm gonna send her a message. And he's all right. And then I kind of talked to him. And was what should I say? And so it was basically what it was hey Laura, nice to meet you. My name's Nick. I see.
I have it.
You're into CrossFit.
I have it.
She has it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me show you.
Okay.
So, It goes like this. It's so funny because when I saw the message, I didn't even respond. In fact, I responded like a month after or something because he wouldn't.
We'll get into it. We'll get to that. It's Corona though.
Oh,
What?
that was the one that you sent to. I'm not gonna spoiler it.
Babe was upset. She's looking for the message, but basically, it was like, oh, I'd love to meet you one day and maybe eat some donuts and do some CrossFit or talking about CrossFit or something. I don't know. It was.
Look, Leon, she sent it to me.
Yeah. So basically, I just really wanted to meet her and get to know her, but she saw the message but never replied. She never replied.
It was a cute message though. What was one of those words that you said?
I said if you want to talk CrossFit.
Talk CrossFit.
Which that wasn't like something I would say, because it was like me and my buddy Mike just trying to like, he was like kind of basically help me with what to say. I was like, I don't know what to say to her, you know?
Oh, I found it. Hey, Lars, so...
Let me say it, because it's going to be my voice saying it to her.
October 7.
Where is it?
That one.
Oh, yeah. So July 25th, I sent her the first message. It was like a reply to her story. And it said, nice work. Like clapping. And then
I never
didn't say anything.
responded.
And then September 27, and I just said, very pretty. And then October 7th, I was like, I want to like try to actually talk to her.
It wasn't a reply to the story because all of those messages before, it was a story reply. So this one was.
And then it says, hey Laura, I stumbled across your Instagram. You have great stuff, solid work. I'll be in your area soon. It would be cool to meet up and talk some CrossFit. Would you be interested? So that was like mine and Mike's like message that we kind of came up with. That was like, because I wouldn't be like, would you want to talk some CrossFit, you know? But it was like, I don't know what to say to her without
you
being
want to talk
weird,
some CrossFit,
you know? Like, but it was basically like, I want to hang out with you and get to know you, but it didn't
came up that way. It didn't send that way.
Yeah.
Wait, tell them what you did.
So
she
never replied to me, and I was like, man, what the heck? So I'd always see her stories, and she'd always be with her friend. Her friend, his name was Lena. She lived with her. I didn't know she lived with her, but I always saw them together, and I was like, you know what? I was like, let me message her friend and see if maybe her friend can like deliver the message, or just to let her know like, hey, like, you know, I'd like to meet you. So I sent this message to her friend. She said,
it's longer.
Says, hello Lena, I hope you are doing well. I see you own Driving Force CrossFit. I recently got into CrossFit earlier this year and I love it. So challenging but so fun. I'm reaching out because I watched this competition called Grid League. I saw Laura competing and I think she's really beautiful and an amazing athlete. I'm not one to reach out to someone's friend, but I felt like I had to say something. She seems like a really sweet girl. I'd like to meet her one day. Maybe I can come visit Driving Force for a workout sometime. Have a great day. Ciao, Nick.
Ciao. That was, right now I read it and it's super cute, but then at that time
she just didn't even care. She didn't want to give me the time of day.
Why is he sending me that message? And then I responded after my friend sent me that message, because of course she showed me. And I responded to his message. Hey, thank you.
Yeah. Bro, straight dead end answer. Hi, thank you.
Hey, thank you. And then he went.
I was like, oh, hey, how are you? And she's like, good. That's it. Just like straight dead end. Like, wasn't giving me the time of day.
Good. It's just like, good. And then he was like, awesome, did you have a fun weekend? And I didn't respond. Like, that is literally seen. And then you have to tell them what you did after that. That was it was a season that I was competing, and I was all out competing. All out. Like my focus was just competing. We were trying to train. We were trying to create a team by that time. And we were training pretty hard. I was doing this competition with Jeff. We were doing it in like couples to see. I'm gonna go ahead with the Oreo. I think I never ordered Oreo, but today it seemed...
I was surprised you ordered that. It's really good, but I know you're not like a super Oreo fan. You like it?
I used to eat Oreos, like the entire thing, by myself. Crazy. So I was competing a lot, and then, of course, I was posting about it, and Nick found out I had a competition, and it was pretty close to your house.
Yeah, so after I basically finally got through and she replied to me, then like if I replied to one of her stories, she could like see it. So I replied to her stories and said like, oh, hey, have a good day.
Because before, he wasn't my request, so I couldn't see it. But I did see that first message that he sent, but I just chose to not respond.
She was like, who is this gringo thinking he can talk to me?
I was honestly, the first thing I thought it was like, does he think that because he has a lot of followers, I'm gonna respond? Because he has a YouTube channel? I'm not gonna respond to him.
And you didn't. So,
really good.
really good, you like it?
Well, right? It's really good.
So yeah, I would reply to a story, like just say, hey, have a good day, just stuff like that. And she would like sometimes say something back, but barely. And then she was going to be competing in a competition in Clearwater, which that was like really close. And I'd actually never been to a CrossFit competition before. And so again, with me being into CrossFit and really loving CrossFit and really diving in, I saw that she was going to be competing. It was right up here, not too far from me. And then I was like, oh, hey, I'm gonna be there. And she's like, cool. And so I talked to my buddy Alex. I was like, hey, bro, there's this competition in Clearwater. I want to go. I want to meet this girl. And he's like, all right, hell yeah, let's go. And then so we drove up there, and like I didn't even know Lena. Like I only knew her from like sending her a message. Like never saw her in person before or anything like that.
Apparently she was waiting for you. I didn't even remember.
Yeah, so we walk up to the competition, I'm kind of walking around, and then I didn't know where she was competing, what time, when. So we just went up there, and then saw Lena. She was like standing at the fence, like waiting for Lauda to come up because she was gonna do like a snatch workout. PR. And I saw Lena, so I just went up to her and said hi, and then she was like, oh, hi, oh my God, hi. And she was like super, super nice, very, very friendly. I really didn't know what to expect. And she was just like really cool, really awesome. And then she's like, oh, Lauda's coming up soon. I was like, oh, okay, all right, sweet. And then like Lauda's coming out onto the floor, and like she's like,
you saw me before that though.
Oh yeah, so I did see her like from like a long ways down. She was in like the warm-up area, like standing up against the wall. And I was like with Alex, I was like, dude, there she is. She's right there. I was like, I saw her in person like for the first time. Like she couldn't see me, like I just saw her from a distance.
I didn't know nothing.
Yeah. And then I saw Lena and stuff, and she's like, oh, Lauda's coming up. And so then when Lauda was like walking out onto the floor, Lena was like, hey, look who's here. And she's like she's like,
just know that like I'm about to do a max effort, like snatch, like that requires a lot of focus, and then she's just like, this is like, look at us here, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Like, she's like,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. I don't care. And plus, I didn't even know who you were.
Yeah.
I was just like, I totally forgot about it. I'm almost done with mine. I have to tell you something. This is
this is amazing.
This is underrated. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. I think it's probably one of my new favorite ones.
Yeah, because you really like chocolate. You like the chocolate frosted, so with the Oreo crumbles on top, it's like a
perfect.
The icing on the cake. So she went. She competed. She did her workout, and then she left the floor and went down to the end where she was before, and then Lena went down there, and she was like, "Lauda, like Nick's here. He came. You got to go say hi to him." She's like, "No," and she's like, "He came all the way to see you." She's like, I didn't ask for him to come here. like bro, like super like raw, rough. And then Lena was like, "Oh yeah, I love you. Go talk to him." She was like, Lena was like, "Go talk to him." She's
go
like,
say hello.
She's like, "Go say hello." I was like, "All right." And so I was standing there with my buddy Alex, and then like she came up and like said hi, and we talked for a little while and stuff. And then
I got there. See him, saw him, and I got like this, guys, like this. I couldn't believe it. He was talking, and I was just like, what the heck? I'm this guy. I didn't even remember what he told me, honestly. What I think is that I blacked out, and he was just like, slow motion, and I was like, plus, during that workout, I teared my UCL, and I was like in so much pain, but at the same time, I was shocked of like, God, this guy is so handsome.
Yeah, so honestly, like, I wanted to go there just to meet her, so she could see me in person, like, to see the type of person I was.
You see, like, he's like, because as soon as you see my face, as you see my face, it's gonna be melted.
No. Just so she could see, like, I'm not just some like stalker, weird guy, like just trying to like hook up with her. Like I was just like, I really want to meet her and like get to know her. So
that was so cute.
We talked for a little bit, and then Alex and I left. Like she went back to her little camp setup area for. When you compete, you have like little areas set up where you go like after the workout. Yeah, like food, recover, relax. I'm not done. Recover.
That's right.
Recover, relax, and then so she went back there, and then Alex and I left, and we went to go to Chipotle and got some food, and then came back. I want to say that when they weren't around, I was looking for them. So I went from, no, I'm not going to say hello, to, have you seen Nick? To Lena, have you seen him? Like, where is him? And I was like, she's like, they're not around or whatever. Or sometimes I will ask and she's like, the dog is over there because he brought Zoe. The dog's over there. I see the dog.
I see the dog. Of course he brought Zoe. That's a really good hookup. Oh, the dog.
Brownie points.
So yeah, that's basically how it was. After that, my friend, when the competition ended, she literally like made us take a photo together, which I was like, I'm gonna kill her. But he told me, you owe me $5 for this. I
was like, $5 for the photo. She's like, what? You owe me $5.
I'm like, you owe me $5. Like, you are the person that has to charge. Like, I have to charge for the photo, not you. And we took that photo, and then Lena took it. So I had the photo. I had to send that photo to him. Or not. I will just skip it and then just leave it like that, But I was like, I really want to send him the photo. So we could start talking. And I sent him the photo. And then we started talking. And one of my first things when I sent that message, one of the things that I was expecting from him was like, oh yeah, like nice to meet you and whatever. But like I thought he was gonna be like, do you want to go do something tonight? Or like, do you want to go have dinner? Or do you want to go, I don't know, something. He didn't say anything. He was just like, it was very nice to meet you and whatever. And then, yeah, we just continued talking, but he never invited me to do something that night. And that for me was like the perfect thing. Like, he wasn't just trying to, just do something at night and then everything ended up, like, it wasn't something, how do you say that, like, just like a fast thing,
like, yeah, super quick.
So he was like actually trying to talk, and he genuinely wanted to talk. So I was like, all right, I really like this. And I think that day I went to sleep at 2 a.m. talking with you.
Yeah, we were talking all the rest of the night.
All the rest of the night. And then after that, there wasn't one day that we didn't talk.
Yeah.
So every single day we will talk. And then after that, we had our first date.
So wait, we can save. Should we save that for the next?
What?
No, we'll keep going.
What do you mean?
So yeah, basically, like, we talked for a while, like every single day, and then it was like for a week we only talked through Instagram.
Yes.
Like, I didn't even ask her for a number.
Did
like,
ask me for
we just kept talking through Instagram for like a whole week, and then I was going
like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to a competition, and I was with Mickey actually, and I was driving there.
Yeah.
And then I was asking Mickey, I was like, bro, you think I should ask her for a number? And he's like, yeah, dude, yeah, do it. And so then we were driving to St. Pete, because I was competing there in my first CrossFit competition.
At the beach.
Yeah, battle at the beach. And whatever, I texted her. I was like, oh, like, is it all right if I ask you for your phone number? And then she was like, yeah. And I was driving, I was like, me and Mickey was looking at me. We were like, let's go. Bro, I wish I had that on video. It's so funny, bro.
That's so funny.
We were like, yeah.
I was so excited. I was telling Patricia, he asked me for my phone number. It's so funny. So funny. And then, well, after that, he decided to come to Miami.
So we talked to, like, we were talking for like a good 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks, and then I was like, hey, like, I'd love to come down to Miami, and we can go on a date, we can work out together and hang out and stuff. And
let them know how were you feeling though. Like, we were talking for 3 weeks, but were you sure about it?
Yeah, it's like I didn't know if like she really liked me. I don't know if it was just like the language barrier of like
probably
telling someone how you feel. English isn't her first language, and she was just learning English. Like her English has come a long way from like when we first met. So like there was a language barrier there, and I didn't really understand like does she really like me, or like I couldn't figure it out, because like it was just different. And
he went to Miami uncertain.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we had that first date. That was beautiful. I mean, it wasn't like super long ride. It was like we went to my favorite restaurant to eat, and then we didn't kiss. We didn't kiss that first date.
No.
No. But I did something that night, and when I was coming back, we were coming back from that restaurant. I fell asleep, guys. I fell asleep in the car. I literally went all the way back like this, and I fell asleep like a baby. And rumors says that I snored.
Our first date, we were driving home from the restaurant.
Goodness.
I'm here, she's there. She's like, and I was just like, oh, she trained so hard. She must be so tired.
Ah, so cute.
And she's just like,
when I got home, he woke me up, and I was like, oh my God, I fell asleep the whole way. I couldn't believe it, because I was really tired, and I fell asleep talking, because we were talking. I don't even remember what we were talking, but how funny. Super funny.
yeah, and she was like, I don't even know this guy. He could have did something to me.
He could have done something.
Drove her home safely. Woke her up. Time to go home, honey.
And I was like,
I didn't even
bye.
say honey. Gave her a hug and
left.
said goodnight.
No kiss, no anything. But then this guy had a surprise for day 2. And I have to be honest with you guys. That was very sketchy in the beginning. Because, I mean, I didn't know him that well. And I wasn't like just trusting everything. Somehow I always think like the bad first. And then it's just like whatever. So we went to this place that they had like, it was called like Casablanca or something like that. It was in Fort Lauderdale. And the guy comes out and he's saying that we're waiting for the table. And I'm like, okay. And he's paying there, and then I was like, why are you paying like before? He said that's the way they do it and whatever. And I was just like, whatever, just fancy restaurant things. And then one guy comes out and he goes, so I recommend you go to the restroom, everyone, because the trip is gonna be about 90 minutes. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what trip? What trip are we talking about? And I went to the restroom. I was like freaking out. I was like, where are we going? And then I was just thinking like, trafficking, human trafficking. I was just like, human trafficking and all of that. And I was just like, all right, just relax, walk fine. I got out and then we got in right away, right? I remember. Then we got in, and as we were walking, like, we go out, and then there is like a pier there. And then there was a boat, and then there was like food in the boat. So it was a dinner in the boat, and it was so romantic, and that was just so special. And then we were all day, I mean not all day, that entire hour and a half listening to Danny Ocean. And the guy was weird. The guy that was
the guy that was driving the boat, he was just like watching us.
That is so funny. And then that's pretty much it, I think. Then the next day we spent the day watching Netflix.
Oh no, we watched I'm
saying like this, watching Netflix.
We watched Impractical Jokers.
We did.
And we ate Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And then we went to Mojo Donuts.
Bro,
when we first started dating, bro, we would go out to eat every day, eating everything.
I got a little fatty after
It was so bad.
I was like...
But it was cool because I was like, damn, she can eat like me. Like you want to go? She's like, yeah. And like we would just, we would crush food. And I'm like, bro, this is it. This is it.
This is it. And I remember by the end of the year, so I decided to take this time off from coaching so I could come to Bradenton, spend time with my parents, because my parents lived here. That's another coincidence that happened. That like, he was living in Sarasota. My parents were living in Bradenton. My parents were always telling me like, you should move here. This is a better place. But my entire life basically was in Miami already. My job, my friends, everything. So I was just like, I'm not gonna come here. And then I met this guy, and then he was from Sarasota, and I'm like, what are the odds?
From Massachusetts, but I lived in Sarasota.
Yeah, I know, but like you were living here.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy. So I decided to come here for the entire December, and I spent all of that month like seeing him every single day. And we went to Disney by the end of the year. We spent New Year's Eve together. I met his family on Christmas. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. After that, the story
continues.
Oy, besito.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Crazy.
I mean, right now it's cute. When it happened that he reached out, I was like, you're super weird. Like, this is weird. People doesn't do that. Doesn't do this. People don't do this. Not doesn't. Don't do this. But I'm actually very grateful that you kept pushing, because I wasn't easy.
No.
I wasn't.
She wasn't giving me the time of day.
No, I wasn't easy to convince, so I'm very grateful that you did it because it's probably the best decision I've ever made. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like stuffed.
Yeah, I'm full.
It's really
I'm very
stuffed.
satisfied.
Before those donuts, I wanna make a claimer. I had 135 grams of ground beef, and Nicholas?
I did 170, so 6 ounces.
170 grams
And
of
again,
ground
I know
beef.
we say this every video, but I always have a good solid meat source before the donuts, so that way you don't get that crazy crash after. This is just something I've learned over the years with eating donuts. You know, I've been doing cheat days since like 2018, and I've eaten donuts, and then I just feel like I want to fall asleep or feel dead. But by having that quality protein source, like, it stabilizes your blood sugar better, and also you get in a good amount of protein because we're not going to eat for a long time after this.
Yeah.
Just because simply
You
not
get
hungry,
full.
you have like lots of calories in the body. But yeah.
That is one thing though you should be very mindful. Some people, when they start, let's say they do like a cheat meal, or they eat one bad food. Let's say bad food. I don't want to call it bad food because if you have a really good relationship with food, you know there's no bad food. It's just less convenient for your goals. So when that happens, then what you do is like you forget about the rest of the day. And then you don't continue eating. You don't continue like eating the macros that you're supposed to eat. Always prioritize your protein. Even though you had the donut, you have the rest of the day, or you had the rest of the day to get your protein. Please eat your protein all the time.
Very important.
Don't forget about that, because that is like probably one of the most important macros of our body. All right, we know carbohydrates are the source of energy, but also protein is the ones that help us with hormones, enzymes, all of those things, building muscle, and that eventually will help you to lose fat if you're trying to if you're trying to gain muscle, if you're trying to do like your body recomposition, lose fat, everything. That is gonna be the key. And doing that when you eat bad, it's probably gonna be the key to stay consistent with it. Like, do not forget about that, even though you are eating bad that day.
Yeah, the protein will help you keep more satiated as well. Because if you just eat a donut, then you're just gonna crave sugar and sweets. But having protein with it, it's gonna satisfy you way longer, and it'll probably most likely make you make better food choices later.
Yep. It's just, let's say, like a meal. The carbohydrates and fats is the donut, and then I have the protein. But just don't eat only carbohydrates and fats. That'll be like not a really good choice. So yeah.
Well, all right. I hope you guys did enjoy our little love story of how we met. You know, you guys asked many, many times, and this is the start of our new podcast. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, it's not like super professional with microphones everywhere, but we just wanted to get started. And again, let us know your feedback down in the comment section down below, and let us know what you guys want to hear next. So
yes, that was donuts with the Dompierres and
podcast episode number 1.
Yes, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep. Sorry guys, thank you for the love and support. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video.